Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's James continuing on with this Balsa USA smoothie build. So this video I'm going to be shaping these upper blocks of the fuselage, trying to get the shape to sort of meet the geometry of the spinner right here. And a couple things to note is that, of course, like I just mentioned, the spinner is sort of a controlling geometry for the nose section. So I want things to kind of come down and meet that as, hopefully as smooth as possible. This bottom portion is going to remain blocky. That's kind of per the plans. It kind of, the profile has this kind of blocky, kind of angled profile down here. And I will blend it in a little bit, like right in here. I'll round that off a little bit, and of course round off the front here. And then as we get to the back, the other kind of control area, let me flip it around, is going to be this flat surface of the turtle deck in here, which is kind of set to where it is. You're not going to be able to sand too much of this. That's basically the way the shape is. So this sort of flat kind of panel is going to be carried, this shape is going to be carried across this cockpit area and then blended into this upper block here on the nose, kind of this hatch. And then of course the same shape is going to be extended upward to this top block, and then this is just going to be rounded off. And let's see, let me flip this around again. So, and then the other control point, or the other thing that I need to watch, is going to be the kind of the geometry of the canopy here, which is going to set obviously down on top of this. So I'm going to have to trim the canopy out and trim this back piece out and use it as sort of a guide to kind of get this thing to work. I don't know, I guess you can see, like in the picture here, you can see the canopy and kind of how it blends to the top of the fuselage here. Again, I'm going to have to kind of think about how this is going to actually end up being glued or attached to this. I'm going to have to do a little bit of looking into that to see how it's going to work, but this will come a little bit later. But I am going to cut it now so that I can use it to help me shape this cockpit area. Okay, so I'm going to get going on this and see how I do on this. I am going to use some time lapse on this again because I want to kind of keep these videos going and kind of keep them a little bit shorter for everybody and keep on moving on this build. All right, well, I think I got this shaping relatively close to where I want it to be. I'm gonna have to spend some more time. You know, I'm probably at maybe like 95, 98% to give it kind of a funny number. Kind of finished with the shaping. I will kind of check it. I'll pull off this. I put this tape on here to protect the spinner so it didn't get scratched up. It's just on there kind of loosely, just so I can kind of see kind of where to go with everything. And then I made this little cockpit area, which is part of the plans. And there was like a cavity in the wood, which is like right there. I don't know where that was, just part of the wood. And so I'll fill that in. This will be painted black. I cut this piece of plastic and I worked with it, and I think I got it pretty close to where it's gonna go, something like right about there. Hope that looks okay there. So see if I can kind of get it like that. So yeah, so it's coming along, and I'll put this aside for later. I probably will have to attach this. I don't know exactly how I'm going to attach this. I may screw it in just to kind of keep it secure, and then I may finish it off with like an epoxy resin or something to kind of clean it up, because I don't really know exactly how to put this on there so it stays on. So we'll figure that out when I get there. So yeah, so this is about it, and I will going to be doing a few things. This little block up here is kind of loose, as I mentioned I think before. Is there's no connection anywhere up in here. You got a screw here, and then there's a little dowel in here, but this front part is basically kind of loose. So I think I'm going to use some maybe a magnets or a couple magnets to kind of put up here to kind of hold it there. And of course here's sort of the front. I got to check to make sure like the symmetry is on. I mean, I tried to eyeball it. Now when I'm doing this, as you saw, I did it all by hand, obviously. What else am I going to do? And I took my time. I try to follow these shapes that are sort of kind of built into it that I can't really do anything about, and I just kind of carried things across, and I worked slowly, and I used the X-Actos, and I sanded and did this type of thing, and just sort of took my time. And I just always find that to kind of be the easiest way for me to do it, is just to work at it and just kind of try to be even when I'm sanding, sand everything kind of equally and kind of get the motion going, and hopefully everything will just kind of fall into place. And that's kind of how it works. It just takes a little bit of practice, but then of course there's the bottom there. Okay, so I guess that's it for this video, and moving along with this thing. And I don't know exactly what the next step is going to be. I think it may be kind of putting the tail pieces together, the tail section, and I think that may be where the next step is. And then I'll start kind of setting up where to put the landing gear, and then yeah, actually getting closer and closer here to getting this thing finished. So it's moving right along here. So all right, well, hey, thanks for watching the channel again. I appreciate it. I appreciate you hanging out with this super long build, and that's it for now, and we'll see you next time.